So with the end of 2022 coming soon, I wanted to take today and rank every single new LEGO Star Wars minifigure for 2022. There's actually over 60 of them, so let's get into it. So yes, welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars video, and you guys seem to really like when I ranked all these sets last week, so this week I wanted to actually rank every single new LEGO Star Wars minifigure for 2022. Like I said, there's actually over 60 of them, so I'm doing a tier list of them, A through F, and then of course my favorite one, I'll put one in the S tier. So without further ado guys, let's get into it. This might be kind of a long video, and we'll see what ends up where, so let's get into it. Alright, so I'm back here. We got the screen recorder going, and like I said, there's over 60 of these minifigures, so this will probably be a little bit of a long video. Let's kind of just get to it, though, and start off, guys, with the 212th Trooper. So, already starting off with a hot take here, and look, I'll be the first one to say I think this one deserves an F tier. I really do think, fundamentally, LEGO kind of screwed up on this clone trooper. Does not look perfectly, between the print job that's messed up, between them kind of mixing clone armors, kind of going back to all just one singular armor for Phase 1 and Phase 2 and Clone Wars. So, overall, look, it's a huge step down from the 2014 212th, and I gotta put it F tier. I really do. There's no redeeming qualities I feel to this minifigure, and I gotta throw it at F tier right here. And like I kind of said, guys, going into these videos for S tier, I'm gonna limit it to only one minifigure. So basically, I'll be putting all those minifigures at A tier, and then at the end of the video, choosing my favorite one. Next up, we actually have Christmas Sweater C-3PO. This is one where look, these advent calendar builds I think are definitely kind of a cheap, kind of cop out, for LEGO. I think they're cool, but there's really nothing much to them. Just kind of another minifigure to add to your collection. If you are a avid LEGO Star Wars collector where you get the advent calendar every year, you will pretty much, easily get it. Next up, we actually have two different C-3POs. I believe the one on the right is from the UCS Land Speeder. Just kind of fundamentally looking right there. I think the one on the right is definitely better. I think it just personally looks a little bit better to me. So let's maybe throw that one at B tier. I think it's an accurate C-3PO. And let's throw this guy at C tier, I guess, for the moment. Next up, we have the new Andor. This one, in my opinion, doesn't really look like Andor. Again, I did not watch the last couple episodes of the show, but I don't remember him having super long hair like that. I think it kind of looks like a completely different character. So, look, I loved Andor in Rogue One. I really did. I think he was a perfectly fine character. I'm not going to say his character is bad per se, but his minifigure right here really does not look too accurate in my opinion. I like how detailed it is, of course. Very nice leg printing, torso printing. I like that hairpiece a lot. But I think C tier for him right there. Next up, we have a ATST driver. And, look, I can't really hate this guy too much. I can't put him in F tier. There's nothing wrong with him, but he really is just kind of a plain minifigure, so I think D tier is perfectly fine. This right here, Cad Bane. I gotta be frank, look, we gotta put it A tier, I think. I think the detail is immaculate. I think the hat could have been maybe the bigger hat, I think. But, we got leg printing, we got the new tube pieces, so I think A tier is definitely deservative right there, and might even be a contender for S tier. But next up, we have BD1 right here, and look, I think LEGO did it pretty much perfectly. Really nothing much more they could have done. A tier right there, and I'm moving on to the next BD droid. Let's just throw him B tier. I don't think we can fairly compete him with BD1 as kind of just an unnamed character versus a named character, but let's throw him in B tier, but nothing wrong with him. Quite frankly, B tier is still a very nice little spot. Next up, we have Kenobi from, I believe this is what, the Inquisitor Scythe right here. And, look, could have used a little bit of leg printing. Yeah, he doesn't have any. Nonetheless, though, I think B tier is a fair spot. I think they did a pretty good job on him. Of course, the cloth piece will always be pretty cool. Next up, we have Aunt Beru right here. And, again, nothing wrong with her. Maybe some, dress printing would have been nice. Overall, look, do we really need this character? I mean, it's nice to finally get her, but nothing much to her where I think, look, I mean, honestly, C tier. I mean, I actually, look, I think I got to be, with over 60 minifigures here, I think I got to be pretty strenuous on how I kind of, do this ranking system. Let's throw her at D tier for now. Mainly for the fact of, look, we needed her. Sure, it's our first one ever. Kind of a reuse of parts. Could have used a printed dress, maybe a different hairpiece, something like that. I don't know. Next up, we have Biff Fortuna right here. And, look, I think he deserves a C tier. I do. I think it's cool. A little accurate. Maybe they could have done a little something else to make him look a little bit bigger, like how he was in, the end of Mandalorian Season 2. But, yeah, I think nonetheless, I think C tier. It's an accurate minifigure. Blue Milk Luke here. I'll pretty much go off the exact same thing I did with the poly bag. I think I put it at D tier. So this is still a D tier, minifigure in my opinion. I think, looking back retrospectively, kind of overhyped. Very, very lazy on LEGO's end. I can say that off the bat. I was even saying that back then. I think, and again, after this next Mexico wave of now the minifigure's like $35 value, value's not everything, but, for kind of an exclusive and elusive promo like that, $35, look, down from 75, 80 bucks. A little lackluster where I can't put them F tier because, there's still some true cool promo value to them, but I think D tier is where I want to put them at. Next up, we have Snowy Chewbacca. And again, I got to put it D tier, just kind of lazy on Lego. It's one of those where, sure, it's cool to kind of get it finally. A little bit of variety to a Chewbacca. Usually Chewbacca's are so plain, really nothing much more you can do to them. But you're just adding a little bit of snow to them where, it's cool. Look, if you're going to put them on a Hoth mock or a Snowy mock, like, that's the minifigure for you, I guess. But D tier right there. Next up, we have the regular Phase 1 clone. And again, I kind of hate how they're mixing the armors together. I like the new head to it, but, that's not new to this clone. Where, look, it's accurate, it's nice, it's a white clone, it's armable. I'll put it B tier. I think there's definitely room to improve there. Maybe even A tier I could put it at, but, for now I'm going to put it B tier. Next up, we have Commander Cody right here. And, this is a hot take. When we're comparing it to the 212th clone, one-to-one comparison, I think Commander Cody really does deserve that A tier spot because I think the actual minifigure himself is fine. I think a backpack would have been nice, an actual backpack piece, but, for existing pieces, for, finally getting them, I think Lego did pretty dang good to him, and again, the holes on the helmet make sense because there's the visor there, so it makes sense to me where I think he deserves an A tier, I really do. Next up, I'm not too sure who this is, just some random Boba Fett throne room dancer. I think, look, can I really hate her? I believe from what I've seen, pictures in the past, I think she's accurate. But, did we really need her? I doubt it, so I'll put her D tier. Next up, we have Mando with the new face right here. And, look, this is definitely kind of a cop-out on Lego's end. We should have been having his face for the past, 2 years, not just now. But I do like the minifigure. I think Beskar I think Beskar Armor Mando is a good minifigure to begin with. You add the face to him. As much as it's pretty lazy, I gotta throw it in C tier, I think. I do like the minifigure more than all the ones in D tier myself. Next up, you have the fifth brother. I think, truthfully, look, I like the older fifth brother more. Just a little bit more menacing, a little bit more detailed, I think. I would probably put the older fifth brother A tier possibly, where I think for now I got to put this one in B tier. Nothing wrong with them though, quite frankly. Look, I just think I like the older one better where, on a 1-to-1 scale, I would put the older one myself at A tier, so I got to put this newer one at B tier. Next up, we have the Christmas Gonk Droid. In my opinion, look, this thing's ugly, man. This is a bad build in my opinion. I don't know, from on paper if they could have done anything differently, but this is D tier right here for me. Again, I know all the Gonk guys are going to be hating me. You guys are probably already leaving comments, justice for Gonk, throw them in S tier. But let's all be real. Look, I like Gonk droids. There's quite a few I like. Check my Bricklink store out. I've got multiple of every Gonk droid. Multiple. I've got every single one for sale in my store. I guess a little plug right there. But this Gonk droid here is just ugly, I think. Look, give me the dark turquoise one. You give me the 2014 Sandcrawler printed one. Give me the reddish brown one even. Every single Gonk droid, but this one's just purely ugly, I think. But there's my hot take on that. Gamorrean Guard here. Fundamentally, look, I think it's a beautiful minifigure. I think he looks cool. It's nice to finally get him again. And I like him more, than all these Z tier guys. I think there's nothing wrong with them, so I got to put him C tier. I think C tier or above is just fundamentally, there's nothing wrong with them, at least. Next up, we have the Phase 2 Gunner. We have the hole problem. We have the helmet hole problem on him as well. In my opinion, I love the 2017 one so much more. I think right here, just for those reasons, I probably got to go... I think I got to go C tier there. I think it's interesting. I think I'm glad there's a Gunner in the set. The printing job on him is not as bad, for the helmet, but it's really, if it weren't for the helmet holes, he'd probably be a B tier. But the helmet holes things, again, look, I'm that guy. It really does just kind of get to me where, with how Lego's kind of saying why they did it, just doesn't make any sense, man. Next up, we have this Han Solo and Stormtrooper outfit. Nothing much to him. He's just kind of there. He serves the purpose. He's accurate. Nice print job. Accurate face, accurate hair. Let's throw him in C tier. Next up, we have this guy right here. Look, just 1-to-1 comparison to the one in D tier. He deserves C tier all day. I can't really put him any, more above since he's just kind of there. It's just an Imperial ATST driver where, nice printed legs. That's kind of the one up above the one in D tier. Next up, we have these two Hoth Rebels here with no printed legs. I think, look, we get so many of them, nothing much to them. I can't hate them. Like, you know, I just can't put them in F tier, I don't think. So let's throw them D tier for now. We'll throw both these guys D tier. And we'll throw the ones with leg printing just because, again, they've got leg printing, look a little bit more classy as a minifigure. We'll throw both those guys in C tier. Grand Inquisitor right here. Grand Inquisitor, look, I'm going to be that guy, and I think I'm going to go A for him. I like the cape. I still arguably like the older one more, but this one is right on the money with it. You know, for two different purposes. Again, you're comparing animated style versus live action, so you kind of got to give it that. You know, I think live action wise, this one's basically right on the money. So I think I got to probably throw A tier. Next up, we have Quill right here. This is one where I'm glad we eventually got it. I think they definitely did not do it super justice. I can't say it's necessarily a bad minifigure, though. I can't put it D tier, I don't think. I think we got to go C tier. You know, we're throwing a lot of dudes in C. You know, by the end of this, I might actually move a couple people up to B, but I think we probably got to go C tier for Quill right now. We have a new Luke Skywalker. Another one of those where, you know, look, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, I can't just sit here and say there's a problem with, you know, with it. So I think C tier for now. You know, we're adding a lot of guys C, but that's really where it is. You know, kind of run of the mill. You know, you don't hate it, you don't love it. It's just kind of there and it's accurate. So there's that. Next up. Again, you know, another Luke minifigure. You know, both these guys. You know, you got to just kind of throw it C. You know, both these. Nothing wrong with them. You know, nothing wrong with them. Nothing spectacular. You know, there we go. Next up, man, I forgot. Luthen, I think. Is that his name? Lucian? I think it's just Luthen. I don't know if he has a first name, or I don't know if that is his first name. Like I said, I didn't watch all the Andor show. So, yeah, right here. You know, look, I'm not going to let personal bias. Actually, you know, look, for my liking, you know, that's just the truth of it. We got to throw him D tier. Because even from what I remember of how he looks like, I think that hairpiece doesn't really do him too much justice. Next up, we have Mace Windu here. And this is the one with the, you know, from the fighter tank with the printed arms. I think it's hilarious how 4 months later, or 6 months later, I guess, they, you know, gave us a Mace Windu with printed arms and a $40 set, and they didn't give us that in the UCS gunship. That's for a whole nother topic. But yeah, here, I mean, this is a B minifigure all day. If not even A, you know, look, I'll give it A tier. I think it's basically as perfect of a Mace Windu as you can get. I mean, it's got arm printing for, you know, yeah, it's got arm printing. You can't beat it. You know, not every minifigure has arm printing, so I got to give LEGO full credit for that. But it is hilarious how it comes in a $40 set, not the gunship. Next up, we have the Mithril, I think, and that's an easy D tier. I think we can all agree. Should have been a molded head, bottom line of it. I mean, it just doesn't look good, man. It just doesn't look good. So, and actually, with that in mind, I'm not going to lie. You know, look, I almost want to throw that an F. I mean, they really fumbled it. You know, for yeah, I'll throw it F. You know, for the fact that, look, I mean, if it came in like a $20 set, that's one thing. But, you know, it's a $650 set. There's only 4 minifigures. You're telling me you couldn't add a little bit more, you know, resources and a little bit more money towards, you know, getting a new mold on that guy. So, yeah, that's an F tier minifigure. They fumbled that bad. Next up, we have Ned B. And, you know, as much as I don't like Kenobi, you know, this guy's whatever. I got to give the minifigure props. It's accurate. It's a nice mold. It's a bulky figure. A lot of stuff to it. We'll probably throw him B tier here. You know, so I think B tier is fine. Next up, we have this Kenobi. I think this is an A tier minifigure, you know, from the Kenobi Starfighter. I think the only thing lacking, look, give us a little arm printing, but even then, you know, he's got a robe on where, you know, is there really too much, you know, arm printing you could do for a robe? Not really. Next up, we got this Kenobi minifigure from, I think this is the one from the dual set. I think B tier. Just from what I can truly see, I don't like it as much. I really don't, and a little bias towards the Kenobi show. We got Omega here. You know, look, this is going to be a very, very hot take, but I'm not going to lie when I say, look, I'm not a big fan of Omega. You know, it looks like she might be a little bit better in Bad Batch Season 2, but I think they did her perfectly fine. I mean, what more could they have really done for her? I think she deserves, you know, A tier right there. I think A tier. It's a classy minifigure, you know, it's very accurate. Next up, we have Pelimoto, I believe. And this is a hot take, you know, look, I gotta be honest, as much as, again, maybe some leg printing, maybe some arm printing, that's a lot of the gripes here. I think we gotta go B tier. I think B tier is fair since it's very accurate, I think. And, you know, looking back, again, I don't mind Pelimoto. I really don't. I think she's a fine character in universe, so I think, you know, B tier is fair. Next up, we have a probe droid. Just doesn't interest me. Nothing bad about it, so I can't put it in F, but D tier. It's just kind of there. You know, it just really is kind of there. Next up, we have the Airborne Trooper Commander, you know, the 187th one from the fighter tank. And look, I'm thinking C tier. You know, I think the helmet looks a little plain Jane, in my opinion, a little too much white there. And I could have had a cloth waist cape easily. With that in mind, then, you know, moving up 187th, No helmet hole problem for this minifigure, but it's also a 187th clone where it's like, look, it's cool that Lego made it. I respect it. It's a clone trooper. Did we really need 187th though? Probably not. So, my personal interest level, I think B tier is perfectly fine. We have the Corn minifigure. This is one where I can't put it A tier because it's kind of just an unnamed character, but B tier easily. Very beautiful. I mean, that's a beautiful head mold. We finally have a Corn that's got leg printing. That easily deserves B tier. Next up, we have these two R2-D2s. Look, I'll put this one just for being creative. I think it's the first one we've ever had with like kind of battle damage or dirt on it. So we'll throw the dirty one in C, and then we'll do the regular plain Jane. Actually, look, I'll throw this one in. We'll do this right here. We'll do R2-D2 with dirt on them in D tier. And this one, I don't even know what the difference is if I'm being honest. Probably just some random print difference. So we'll throw him in F. We'll put dirt stain one in D, as well as we'll put Christmas sweater in D. Again, I think they're just kind of lackluster. I wish they did more stuff with like how they've done in the past. I don't know. I think some of the older advent calendar stuff was a lot better. So we'll put him in D. R3M2, I believe. Very cool that we got him. I'll throw him in B tier. Actually, no, I think he's C tier because there's nothing much to him. He's just kind of there. He's accurate. They didn't do anything bad on him, nothing too fancy on him. So I think C tier is fine. We got the Scout Trooper right here. Nothing wrong with him. Kind of the same thing we've had over the years. I believe the only difference actually on this figure is he comes with a different race head, than in the past. So I think that's the only thing that's actually different for this year. Next up, we have this Scout Trooper too. It's cool. I definitely like the Endor style one a lot better. But Hoth Scout Trooper, probably C tier too. We have Fennec Shan here. It's really disappointing she did not come with her helmet, I got to be honest. So I think, look, I got to put her D tier. Next up, Spider Droid, easy F tier. Easy F tier. It should have been a crab droid. We've gotten too many of these stupid light gray, spider droids. Literally, if they would have made a reddish brown one, give us a reddish brown one even of the spider droid, he'd probably be a D tier then, just for being a little bit creative. But nonetheless, should have been a crab droid there. We've gotten way too many of this spider droid, and there's my thoughts. Next up, we have Christmas sweater Darth Vader, and look, as much as I was saying everything about how C-3PO, R2-D2 kind of lackluster ones, I'll put this Vader at C. And look, the only reason behind that is we get the printed arms on him, and overall, you're getting a little bit more value in general with your Darth Vader mask, your nice printed head. As much as I wish there was and there's printed legs too, so you get printed legs, printed arms, and I think it just overall look. I mean, a 1-to-1, I guess pound for pound comparison, you're getting more for your Vader than say a C-3PO. That's kind of lousy. So that's the only reason. And sure, personal bias, I like Vader a lot more, of course. Next up, we have the little Andor guards right here. Look, is there anything wrong with them? Probably not. But this is my personal list. I'm putting them D tier. Who cares? You know what I mean? Who really does care? Next up, we have what's her name? Talia, I think. I think it's Talia from Kenobi. I think it's D tier too. It's just kind of whatever. I mean, throw some dual molded legs on her, give her some arm printing, give us a dual molded, hat and hair combo. But as it kind of sits, it really is kind of whatever. Next up, we have Kaminoan, easy A tier. I give Lego a lot of props right here. I think it's easy A tier, possibly even S tier. Very beautiful mold, very accurate, prints all over, and really nothing much more they could have done for, any Kaminoan at that point. Next up, we have Reva. And look, that whole topic for a different video. I'm not a fan of Reva, of course. For whatever reason you want to claim, go ahead and claim it. But I've got my reasons. Look, I don't think she was needed in Kenobi, bottom line of it. Throw her in Andor, and I probably wouldn't, care that she was a character. But she took up too much screen time in Kenobi. The minifigure, too, is kind of funny how they did her kind of dirty. I think the hairpiece is not accurate. I think it's funny how there's no leg printing. It's funny how there's no arm printing. It's funny when you compare it to like the Fifth Brother and Grand Inquisitor. Even if Reva was a good character in Kenobi, it's funny how much different they kind of treated her minifigure. So I think with that in mind, look, D tier, easy D tier. I'll do it. And look, if this was offline, I'd probably put her F tier. I don't care about her minifigure at all. I really don't. But look, I'll give her a little bit of gratitude there. I'll put her up to I'll put her up to D tier. Next up, we have Toto61, I think. What's her name? Or what's his name? Toto63 or just, no, Toto1000, something like that. Cad Bane's droid. Very cool that we finally got him. Very accurate. I think, a little ugly with that little, actually, no, it's kind of accurate, never mind. So I'll put him A tier. Same thing with BD1, and it's actually an entirely different mold too. So, mad props to LEGO for, kind of going out of their, comfort zone there. Next up, we have we have original Mando with arm printing, an updated helmet, easy A tier minifigure. I hate how it's behind such a big threshold, or pay threshold, but also I kind of like that. I like how it's an exclusive minifigure where, once that minifigure comes down to like say $30, I'll grab him, and not the Razor Crest, but easy A tier right there. Next up, we have the new. I never even knew this was a new minifigure from the Kenobi duel set. I don't even know what's new about it. What new head? His arm printed Vader. No hate to it, but I don't even know what's new to it. So, going into 2022, I probably got to put it B tier, just because I don't even truly know what's new with it. Next up, we got the weak weight guy right here. Nothing wrong with them. Maybe could have used a better print somewhere, maybe some printed legs. So, very kind of lackluster, kind of just NPC-like minifigure. We'll put him in D tier. Then lastly, we got Wicked right here. Nothing wrong with him, nothing good with him, so I'll put him in C tier. And there's everything right there. So now we got to really just kind of see what I'm doing for S tier, and honestly something I should have thought about a bit more, but let's actually kind of sit here and think. So, look, I don't think I put Mace Windu or Omega or BD1 or Toto. I probably can't put that Kenobi either since there's no arm printing. Cad Bane, let me actually... That's damn tough. Look, I think I know which way I'm going here. It's between the best, or not the best card, man, the Mandalorian from the Razor Crest or Commander Cody. And what do I do here, guys? Cody, look, it's nice that LEGO made it. It's missing out on the backpack. This is the toughest thing ever, so I'm going to try to think about this really quick. Who do I actually want in my collection more? Who do I give more credit for LEGO to? Probably Cody. Look, I'm going to be that guy, I think. I've thought about it right here, and my reasoning behind that really quick is, look, so the Mandalorian from the Razor Crest, this is definitely something where, when you're comparing it, sure, LEGO could have done a Cody 10 years ago, and they probably should have, so there's nothing to really compare it to. There's nothing, there's really no hate that we can stem for Cody, but for the Mando, in a technical sense, they've had 3 years to redesign that helmet. They've had 3 years to add arm printing. It really is one of those things where, look, I respect LEGO for making that Mando minifigure, and having it behind such a big paywall, since it is an exclusive for a UCS set. It's a beautiful minifigure where if you're spending that $650 already, you're getting that there and there's no complaints. But for the Cody, I think I got to give it the Cody in the S tier for the fact there's nothing to compare it to. They did a good job with, getting the visor. I think it's pretty accurate. It's got the holes for the visor. That's the only clone where I think they could have had, they should have had the holes for it. The only thing missing is they should have had an actual jetpack or, just backpack, actual molded piece for him. And then he would have been absolutely perfect. But that's something that, unlike a lot of these other things, look, you could get a CAC $1 backpack or, jetpack if you really want it. So, look, I'm going to be that guy. And I'm going to say, look, I think Commander Cody #1, best car, or not, I keep on saying damn best car. Just regular Mando, UCS Mando #2. And then I probably got to throw Cad Bane at 3 there. There's my top 3, but you can really argue any 3 of those are probably interchangeable for me. Because Cad Bane's also beautiful, I think. Also really, really cool. They did a really good job on it. But you're also comparing, you do have previous versions where, they have had times in the past to really make a perfect minifigure. But Cody is the first time they've ever done it. And I think they did pretty much as good as they could do, realistically, pretty much as good as they could do. There's nothing to compare it to. But nonetheless, guys, there's the entire list right there, and let's close off the video. All right, so as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Was it kind of predictable I was going to put Cody at 1? Quite frankly, the more I looked at it, I was not really expecting that. But, when I was really thinking about it there, 1-to-1, what I had in my A tier there, really comparing those like 8 or 9 minifigures, that truly is what I feel I got to give LEGO the most credit for. I think there's a lot of other beautiful minifigures this, for 2022, but Cody, again, some personal bias, sure. Bottom line of it, I would much rather have a, one-to-one comparison, a Cody minifigure compared to a Mandalorian minifigure. But yeah, there's my list, guys. If you guys want to disagree with me, go ahead, leave it down below. What is your S tier minifigure? Leave your top three of the year, and let's see how controversial this gets. But this is truthfully my list. I mean, I don't do anything, in these lists, just to spark controversy. Like, this is truly what I think, these minifigures deserve to be in. I think it's a lot easier to kind of rank minifigures than sets, because you're really just ranking one individual thing compared to, say retail price, the build, the price per piece, minifigure selection, minifigure count. But yeah, there's pretty much all, guys, for this video. As just like last time, later tonight, if you guys are watching this on the 27th, I will be doing another live stream tonight, basically just sitting there for an hour or two with you guys, and we'll do pretty much another one of these lists, but with all of your guys' opinions. So we'll pretty much have all of your guys' opinion, and we'll rank everything. We'll see what kind of the community all thinks, and we'll take a couple of the main ones, some of the bigger ones. We'll actually run polls on it too to really get a true answer, and then from there we'll pretty much see what you guys think is the S tier minifigure for the year. So nonetheless, guys, there's everything for the video. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video and the live stream tonight. See you guys all then. Bye, guys, and stay safe.